is CEO brand is going to be different than the company brand, or can you merge them together to promote the organization?
You know, I think they generally have to have some continuity, right? It's very difficult to have a brand strategy around your company that is in complete conflict with the brand of the CEO. So I think to the degree that the CEO plays a front and center role that has visibility, there's got to be continuity. As it relates to brand, listen, there are a lot of studies on what makes a successful brand. And since you mentioned Jobs, I'll use Apple as an example. You think about iPhone, the iPhone launch. Classic example for me. Best product on the market? Arguably. Best product today versus some of the Android options and others? Again, a matter of opinion. The brand affinity, though, for Apple is absolutely off the charts. In fact, by the way, sidebar, almost too good. It's so good that now I'm starting to watch younger generations have a mild amount of Apple backlash because it's become too successful. It's not the hip, irreverent brand anymore, right? That aside, I think brand affinity is really defined in large part by either the ideology behind the company or the differentiating characteristics of the product. Now, in Apple's case, they didn't go on television and start telling you how their product was technically better, although arguably it was. They didn't go on television and tell you how all the design cues on the product were better than anything that had been on the market, though one could argue it certainly was. They didn't take the path of most marketers in the technology world, which is to talk about why inherently our engineers have created something that's faster, better, cooler. They didn't. They really based their entire marketing around one simple premise, okay? And it was that word, simple. And from your or my perspective, they didn't spend multi-million dollars doing animated commercials to showcase the technology of the phone. They laid it on a table. They put a camera to do close-ups, and they used a simple idea. You've got a problem. I've got an app for that. Want to get to find the local grocery store? Got an app for that. Need to find out when the next flight leaving the airport is? I got an app for that. It was brilliant in its simplicity, which said, Russell, it's not about what I've created, right? It's from a customer perspective. It's about how I can help you. And everything is about simplicity in tech. Ultimately, we're always trying to drive, even enterprise scale applications, we're trying to drive them down last mile, particularly in this age of virtualization, into simplicity for users. Apple said, forget what's behind the wall of the box. It's about how do I make your life better and make it simple. So when you take a company that's built on such technology that's inherently better than competitors, design that's inherently better than competitors, and you have the luxury, the genius, the foresight, whatever you want to call it, to not even have to mention those attributes, but rather to say, it's all about you as a customer and how can I make this simple. The elegance in that story is why Apple is the gold standard when it comes to marketing and tech. Okay? And it's a lesson, by the way, we can all learn in tech, is that it's not about the speeds and feeds. It's about what does it do for me. And no one has ever understood that better than Apple. And their brand moves in sympathy. Their brand is beloved because there was an absolute fascination with designing the best products and messaging behind those products, but from the perspective of you, the user, and how we make your life better.